Holland, BuzzFeed recently announced they're going to lay off 15% of their workforce, 200 folks. They're all digital all the time, over and over again. What does that tell us about digital advertising, if anything?
Well, earlier you said collapse. I would call it maybe conundrum. But what's significant about this BuzzFeed bloodbath is that, as you said, they're a digital pure play. And print media woes are well known. We have talked recently
about Gannett last week,
Gannett's getting taken over by a cost-cutting hedge fund.
Destroyer of newspapers.
Sure. And these pure plays don't have the variable expense of newsprint, which is to newspapers like jet fuel is to the airlines. It can wobble you all over the place. You don't have to have elves delivering bundles of stuff to subscribers and newsstands, etc. And in order to launch one of these things and gather a daily email newsletter following, you have to have conspicuous content. Maybe they just bit off more than they can chew with the content creators. And right now, these digital guys are understanding, the trailblazers are understanding how to monetize it, how much is enough to spend on content, how much is too much. They'll figure it out.
Well, talk about what's working and what's not working. I mean, when you go on a website, when I go on, I see something that I looked for 3 weeks ago. It's still popping up there. I bought the darn thing. I don't need another.
More.
They want to sell me another. But I mean, it seems to me there's obviously a lot of thought going into these algorithms, but are they working out so well for the advertisers and for the digital media?
Well, they're getting better at this too. The cookies and the clicks are still a crude way to monetize. Clearly, the action is on the smartphone. Everybody wants digital. Everybody wants to be mobile. Advertisers are getting wary of context, though. And there's a piece that Larry Miller at NYU published, a study my colleagues in the radio industry find of extreme interest. And Boombusters can find this by Googling paradigm shift, why radio must adapt to the rise of digital. And the study concludes you now have executives at major advertisers expressing concern with fraudulent airplay, ads ending up on questionable websites, consumers paying no attention to online ads, and advertisers find none of that on broadcast radio, which my pals in radio love. But you got these click farms in Thailand, and if you buy ads on YouTube, Al-Qaeda's posting beheadings there. How do you know what content you're going to end up next to? So maybe what's old is what's new, and that there's still going to be a mix of legacy media and digital media to get the message out.
That's sort of interesting, because when we talked about the print media and we talked about, maybe their days are numbered, we sort of automatically thought, well, digital is the way to go. But what you're saying is it's not necessarily a clear path for those guys either, is it?
No, they're feeling their way along. And the problem the legacy guys are having transitioning to the digital platform is that they had it sweet for a lot of years. Newspaper ad reps were order takers. Same for TV. Now they're swapping analog dollars for digital dimes.
I'm Larry King. Questioning, listening, learning. I've always said I never learned anything when I was talking. It's important to listen. Question more.